All right, back at it again for another biggin. Here we go, third Advent Sunday. Only one more after this one. Are we going to the lake again? Who knows? All right, we are doing killer cages. Yet another lake. Orthogonally connected. The path is sequential. Low, middle, high. Okay. Low, middle, high. White crop keys, black crop keys, and we go. So we're going to be coloring, so I'm going to do this. Clear. This has to be 1, 2, 4, 5. So we have the low middle in here, which means both of these. This one has to be a high. We're going to use red for highs. 7, 8, or 9. Only 8 works with 4. So it's an 8. That's a 4. Which means 4 is our middle number. We're going to use orange. I'll use blue. And then yellow for lows. Okay, nice and convenient. Go straight into it. And now we know the order of our coloring. Always. Blue goes into red. Red into that. That. Okay. 16 cage. We don't know that it's 3. 12 cage though, with only 3. Let's go into a low. The low can be a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this high can be only 7 actually. Only 7 can be the high, so that means this is a 1. Hey Flinty, how are you? Welcome to the stream, officially. This one, the only high left over for us is a 9. This could be a 2 or 3, which goes into our middle of 4 or 5. I'm doing well, thank you. We are getting ahead of the Sandra&Nala Advent calendar, so that when I put them onto YouTube, they will come up at the appropriate time. So I'm going to try to do, I might try to do all of them in one sitting today. We'll see how it goes. Alright. These has to be a low or a middle. I think these both have to be middles because, no, I guess it could be a 3, 4. But it can't be a high. It can't, because all the highs are seen here. Well, at least one of these has to be a middle. If it's 2, 2, 3, we'll see this. So there can't be a 2 in here. So 2 has to be down here. The remaining high, 7. 7 could be here. Go with a 6. 2 could also be here. 2, 3. Leave, oh, actually, no. What are our pairs? I think we only have 2 pairs left. We can only do 2, 3, and 6, 7. Because the middle pairs are split by this 5. Could also do 3, 4. 3, 4. But I think one of them has to be 6, 7. And the other one needs to use a 3. Yeah, I think that's the case. So this is a 6, 7. The other one uses a 3. And it can't be 2, 3 in that case. So it has to be 3, 4. So that's a 2. And now this number 5, to finish adding that up together, we are left with a 2 that has no home in here. We'll give that the low treatment. Oh, I can barely see it. Then this connects somehow into this, but we can use the same counting trick from before. So basically what the counting trick is no matter how you draw a line that connects into here, because we're going orthogonally, it will always count the same. So we know it goes blue, red, yellow. So this is going to be blue, then goes into a red, into a yellow. And no matter how I loop it, we're always going to end up with yellow when we hit this 9. So for example, if I just went like red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow. So you end up at yellow again, even if we go like yellow here, blue, red. Sorry, I have to start counting. Okay, so this is blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow. Like we'll end up again, no matter how we do it. So we know this is gonna be yellow always. Or does it actually? Because we're doing odd number. Because I think when I did it this way, it didn't quite work. But that said, like we can't go this way. We have to go this way. And then we have to go into here anyway. So I think the whole point is mute. We can't go this way. We can't skirt around because we can't touch the line orthogonally. So it's just going to go straight down this way into it. One of these is a red, and this is a yellow, which means that is a 1, 2, or 3. Are you a fan of Sudoku stuff, Flinty? Or just joining for the heck of it? That's a naked 5. 8. Oh, one of these is a 6. Goes with a 2. 3, 8, 9 are down here. We are left with a 1 and a 4. Both of which is not low, so this must be our high. Let's go thusly into yet another blue down here, which means that's a 4, 5, 6. Where we left right here, 7, 9, 3 has not found a friend yet. Oh, cool. Yes, I remember. That's where I remember your name from. You dabble. He dabbles, he says, as he sets puzzles. That's wonderful. Yeah, I just started getting back into uploading videos. I don't know why I decided to do Sudoku, I used to do a whole bunch of random stuff, including like Team Fortress and chess and Minecraft and all that kind of stuff. I stopped when my kid was born 8 years ago. I think at the time when I stopped, I had about 5,000-ish subscribers. And then I was like, well, you know what? Since I'm streaming these anyways, like it's Saturday nights to myself, so since I'm streaming these anyways, I might as well just quickly cut them, roughly edit them, and then toss them onto the YouTubes. And what I find is any popular setters that don't have, like they have a collection of puzzles, and if they don't have a solve on the CTC site, they tend to do pretty well. So I had a Sandra&Nala video that got about 1,000 views because it hadn't been done on CTC, and apparently it was a tricky one, so a lot of people came by just to see how it was done. So I figure that's probably where I'm going to get most of these views, and that's kind of why I'm touching these Advent ones right now and trying to get them up, get them ready for YouTube, so that if people struggle with them, they can find the answers here. 9's interesting, right? It could be a 2, in which case it would be a 3 and then a 6. In fact, it has to be a 3 and a 6, right? Because the line has to go through every part of the cage. And we can't have a high in the 3-cell cage. So this has to be a 3 and a 6. Boom. And then we're going to continue down this way here. And then this 6, so it's going to be blue, red, and this is going to be yellow again. Yellow again. Into a blue again. And this time we're going to have a high connected to this. So this low can be 1, 2, or 3. And this middle can't be 2, can't be 1. So this has to be a 4 or 6 over here. Yes, especially Sandra&Nala. Yeah, they've definitely made a name of, for themselves doing this type of puzzles. I've been really enjoying Fog personally, mainly because of my own failings as a solver. Fog gives me a nice little crutch to fall back on, which kind of didn't really come in handy. I think the first Advent one made a terrible mistake. We eventually ended up just restarting the puzzle. But for a second there, we're like, oh, hey, you know, maybe the fog can help us figure out where we went wrong. Nope, did not. Should have just restarted right off the bat, but oh well. Give it the old college try. 16. What is a 16? This number here is a 7 or a 9, but we already knew that. We can't repeat numbers in a cell though, so this has to be the one. This has to be a 9. This 4 can be a 3 or 5. That 9 looks up here. Gets rid of those for us. That's a 2. 2 can go into 3. That's a 5 now. That's a 6. So this can't go into, what do we need to go into? Yellow goes into blue, so this has to be a blue. That, and then blue goes into a red, and we can't touch up this way, that's not a red, so we're gonna go this way into this cage, which continues on here. So we said this was a blue, that's a red, enter the cage as a yellow again, and that's another blue, so that must be the 6, that's a 4. This can be a 2 or 3. 14 though. This has to be a high. So with the 4, well, it could be any of these highs. Could be anything. This one cannot be anything. That's a 7 or 8. 6 looks up here. 4 looks up here. 3. Let's clear some of these. One of these is a 1. What are we left here? 8 and a 7. That is not resolved, unfortunately. But that does put this 1 in a pair with a 4. 7, 8, or 9. Don't think we need to color every cell yet. We'll save that in our pocket in case we run out of things to do down the line. What are we left with here? We're left with all of our lows and a 4. Let's see, this can't be a 3, right? Because it can't go into 4, and if it goes in 2, there's nothing there. So this is a 1 or a 2. 1 can go into 2, 2 can't go into a 3, so it can only go into a 1. So that's a 1-2 pair, which means this is now a 3. And that is paired with a 7. Huzzah. There's a 1 up there that looks down here. Clear those. Two, 3, 4. What are we left with? Just 5, 7, and 9. This can't be 9. 5, 7, and 9, and an 8. Particularly exciting, but we'll mark it anyways. Never been shy to mark things. All right, this red goes into a yellow. 1, 2, or a 3. If it goes here, it'll be a 2. If it goes here, it'll be a 3. We are left with a 2 and a 9 over here, though. It's worth noting. Over here, this blue needs to go into a red, so it goes this way. Not that it really mattered. Up or down? The red, actually, yes. Red needs to go into a blue. This is the only blue available to us, and then blue goes into a yellow. Here, yellow goes into a red, but we can't go orthogonally back to our cell, so this is a 3. And then this has to be a high number. Flung in with cry. We stop coloring partway through the puzzle. Everything's ruined. Everything's terrible. I'm just gonna keep going for now, because I'm a terrible person. Then this needs to go into a middle number. If it goes down here, it would be a 4. If it goes over here, it can be anything. Great. Just great. Okay. Alright, I'll bite the bullet. Let's color. Let's break out the crayon. See, it was also a little bit resilient to coloring because it just doesn't show up behind this thing. Not super well, anyways. Like, that was already colored. I didn't realize it was already colored. Okay, color these, I guess. That's colored. That's colored. Twos are limited in column 3. You're correct. What do you say? Pairs in box 1 and 7. Or you say that's the reason why. Let's just do a quick Sudoku scan, just in case. Just in case. It's a 1-4 pair. That's kind of helpful. Maybe. Fives. I'm just waving my mouse around, don't worry. Not actually scanning any. Sixes, not particularly. Right then, sevens are here somewhere. Hate to see it, but we'll mark it. Eights are in here somewhere. Okay, that was not super fruitful. Pairs. That might be the case that we need to look at next. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking at this line path thing again. But I think we've gotten as much as we could out of it, honestly. I guess we have to think about this connection here, right? Those red, blue, yellow, red, blue. I don't think there's any, like, as long as we go in a relatively straight line, we can't really mess it up, right? Blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow. Obviously that doesn't work because there's no blue here, but is there any paths that we have to take? I mean, we can also go up this way, right? Yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, yellow, blue. This way. Yeah. Oh, we have a triple here. How come I didn't see that? Why didn't anybody tell me I had a triple? I colored the blue, I promise. I'm mashing it, you can't see it. In fact, no one can tell now because I mashed the button so many times, whether it's blue or not. But I swear it will be done. Eyes. Pain. Schrodinger's coloring, yes. It's simultaneously colored and uncolored, and we cannot tell because I mashed the button so many times. This is, there's no highs in here, right? Can we just write down all our candidates? I'm crazy. I'm crazy. No 3 as well. Right? If it goes, okay, so if it goes blue here, it can hit the yellow here, or it can hit it. Well, maybe we look at it in terms of diagonals. Right? So blue's here, yellow's here. Red can't go here. Red's here. And then blues again, like so. Go from the middle of the thing, and then yellow's here again, like this. This is generally how it proceeds, right? So, well, we know it can't get the high from there, or sorry, the blue from there, right? Maybe we'll shade these two so we can kind of think about them in this. Actually, you know what? We should use the color line will be too confusing. Let's just color these as best as we can. Okay. So looking at it this way, this is all basically all the possibilities of paths it can take because we can use any kind of combination. We already eliminated blue from here. The only yellow that this could be is 3. This could be 4-6. This can be, sorry, not 4-6. This could be 5-6. This could be a 4-6. This high can be an 8-9. This is also an 8-9. This is only an 8. This low can only be a 1. This could be any of them, and that one can only be a 2. Sure, we'll just mark it like this for now. We'll figure it out. And then this would be a 4-6 or a 4 in this case. So, no. I was going to say that a 4 would be always used here, but that's not true. We only need to use one of these numbers, and the other one can be completely ignored. Excuse me. For some reason, I didn't have a 6 pencil marked here earlier, right? We had a 6 pencil marked here, but not here. I think maybe because we had just reduced that one. Yeah, I think this could still be a 6. I was going to think like maybe I had 6 only earmarked for these 2 squares, but I don't think that was the case. An interesting thing to note is that no matter how we do it, this always has to be a 7. But I'm wondering, yeah, if we take a path like this, then one of these could be a 7. So it's not necessary that it could go that way. Column 3 can't be a 4, you're right. So this is only a 6. It's too bad that the number they grab doesn't really matter. Not like a whisper or something where we can reduce which numbers it can be. Is 7 an issue? I don't think so. So that was what I was saying before, right? Where let's say this was an 8, and then we drew a path like this, where this is an 8, and then we hit a 9 here, and we go like this. Because we're not using these ones, these could be, one of these could still be a 7. Because we're not locked into this polarity unless it follows the path. So it's probably a little bit confusing this way, but I was hoping we can eliminate some of the paths. Now, let's try to eliminate these singles maybe. There's 2, 4, 1s, and 6, 3, and 8. Let's see if we can eliminate these ones maybe. That might be a path, right? Because if we go this way, for example, like this, all these numbers are forced. 4, 1, 8. Ah, here we go. Yes. We can't go straight down. Because if we go straight down, we use a 4 and a 1, and this leaves nothing here. Now, my follow-up question is that can we pick up this 1 without touching the 4? And I think the answer is no. Because if we go this way, we avoid the 4, even if we come down to touch the 1, we will have to touch ourselves orthogonally before we can hit this cage. So that's illegal. So we can't go straight down. So I think we can eliminate this as a possibility. Okay, so that's a win. So now we're picking up from here or here. So is there another number that we can get rid of? I think I could go 6 and then 1. I just noticed that there is a 4-1 looking at this and a 4-1 potentially looking at this, but this could be a 6-1. So I was going to say that this could never be a 1, but that's not true. But since we are no longer going through this square, we can't get to this square anymore. So we can get rid of this one too. Suddenly, our path looks a little bit more clear. So where to next? Don't see any other problematic ones. I think this can't be a 4. This is a 4. We can't go here because then this will have no candidate. If this is a 4, we could still, as long as this is not a 1, it's okay. This can't be a 2. Why is that? Pencil marks from earlier. Ah, this 2, yes, because of this X-wing on 2s, you're right. But here's an interesting thought. If we grab this 9, this has to be a 2. If we grab this high along our path, right? Because then we'll have an 8-9 pair here. This will have to be a 2. Otherwise, we're grabbing this 8-9 pair, and this has to be a 5. Is that a problem? Is either one of those a problem? I think 2 here is very super beneficial, right? Goes 8, 9, 2. This would be a 6. This would be a 5. This will now be an 8. Which will make that a 9. This can't be a high anymore. Can we get rid of anything else? Is there no scenario where this could be a 1? Does a 1 have to be here, in other words? I guess if we go down this way, go 4, 3, then this could still be a 1, right? 4 would make this a 1. That's a 4. And this would have to be a 1. This would then be a 1, this would be a 1. There's something here. It's very close. This is either a high or a low. This cannot be, because 4, 5, and 6 all see it. We have 2 highs here already. And we have 2 lows here. So this is either a 1, 7, or 9. It's either a low, which is a 1, that's the only one we have left, or it's a high, which can only be a 7 or 9. 5 has to be here, so we cannot do this. We cannot do this, for example. We can only go this way. I guess we could go this way. Or we could go this way. But we cannot go straight across this way. There's a little bit of like a polarity thing going on here too. And I wish I could do more coloring. Actually, let's use shading here. Because there's a lot of like, if this is true, then this happens type of thing. Well, more like at this point now, we might only have a few paths that we can take. There's not that many paths anymore. Right? We can go here, 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 here. Can't go across this way. So if they touch this, they have to go straight down. And if they touch this, they have to go straight down. I guess these two could connect to each other. Is there a problem if they do? Like, could I go here, 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 here? Yes, that's possible. If we go, no, because this could still be 6. I was going to say again that this could only be a 3 if it's touching the thing. That's certainly true coming from this direction, that this can only be a 3, but it's not true for going down this way. There might be something with this 5, right? If this is an 8, 9, this is a 5, puts the 5 here. This is a 6 now. Is that a 2? Yeah, okay. I'm going to argue that this can't be... Can it though? I want to say it can't be a 6. It certainly can't be a 6 if it goes this way, right? Because this is 8, 9, makes that a 5, makes that a 6, so this can't be a 6. So what if we go down this way? Can this be a 6 then? What's the problem there? This becomes 8, 9, that is a 2. If this is 6, that's a 5, that's an 8. This would be the other 5. This would be the other 2. Oh wait, we can't go down. Oh no, we can. I was gonna say we can't go down this way, but we can because this could be a 2. Dang it. Oh, okay, but this is interesting. Maybe this always is a 2 whether we use it or not, right? Obviously, if the line goes through it, it has to be 2 because that's the only option. But if the line doesn't go through it, then it puts the 5 here, which makes this a 2 still. So I think no matter what, that's always a 2. That's true. And now we have a freaking... Now we have a freaking filler cage to look at. Now we know our line does indeed go down through here, which means this can't be a 5. This is the 5 here. And can we see what number that is? There is no number. It has no sum. Great. Thanks. Appreciate it. But it does go this way, which means it does connect this way. It's one of these things. This is now a 3. This is not a 3. This is now our 8, 9. So this cannot be an 8, 9. So this is a 2. That is a 9. Some of these pencil marks we have to be careful with because they may not be correct. Although this is only a 6, this doesn't have to be a 5, 6 anymore. We don't know which of these is touching. This is an 8, which makes that a 7, 9, 5, 7. Seven, 8 left over there. This has to be a 6. It's not a 6. 2 leaves us with a 4 here. 3, 2, 4. That's not a 6. Sorry. What is this? A 1? It is the 1. Which means this is a 3. That's not a low, so that's the 4. So our line goes this way. All of these shading doesn't matter. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. I want to get rid of the color. So I don't get too confused. This is not a 9. 9 can only go here. 7, 8. This with a 9 here. That's an 8. That's a 7. And that was a very hard fought digit. I wonder if there's an easier way of figuring that out. I'm not disappointed with the way we did it, but It was definitely took a while to resolve that. Oh, whew. I'm actually surprised though because Sandra&Nala stuff typically aren't super hard. I think they keep it like 3-star range at max, which arguably this could still be 3-star range. Was just like a difficult deduction, but I wonder if there was a better approach to it that I just didn't think of it. Yeah, it's possible. Well, maybe CTC guys will get to it at some point and they'll have a smarter way of dealing with it than I would.